You're listening to I-95, Bangor's classic rock station with Jay Stu and Corey in the morning. Jay Stu and Corey rock.
I-95, Jay Stu and Corey on Bangor's classic rock station, 95.7 FM. It ain't snowing yet, kids.
No. I thought for sure I parked my van way up, like on the front of the driveway. I put the blades up. I was like prepped and ready.
I never thought to check the hourly on my weather app.
I never checked the hourly on my weather app.
Yeah, it's not going to...
They said morning. I was like, all right, it's morning.
Oh, no, it's not going to start for real till after noon.
Well, that's just BS, in my opinion, because they told us yesterday morning. All day long we said morning. We told people all day long. Morning.
You did? Yes, you did. What is interesting or sad, depending on how you want to look at it, is this is one of those weird storms where it's going to have much more of an impact on the evening commute than it is the morning commute today.
Oh, man.
You know, so it's like this morning getting to work is going to be no trouble at all. You'll just be able to fly in there like aces. No issues. Getting home is where it's going to get fun. We're supposed to get 4 to 8 around here. So it's going to be going
I thought it was going to go all the way
way
into Wednesday, though, like slowly.
No, right?
Not.
No, they've changed it now. It's coming in. This will be done by midnight.
Are you kidding me?
I swear to God. Todd Simcox is going to tell you all about it in a little while.
All right.
Yeah, and then tomorrow, partly to mostly sunny and cold. Like highs only in like the 20s tomorrow, so.
Well.
Whatever.
It was cold last night. I kept the wood stove going the whole time. That's why when we were, our morning music matchup is finally up now. Blue Oyster Cult's Burnin' For You versus Bad Company's Burnin' Sky. All I've been doing all day long is burning stuff. So.
Nice.
Nice and toasty. Yeah.
Toasty. Roasted slow and toasty to be tasty.
No, I'm not roasting anything except my living room, but.
Good for you.
Yep.
Well, you can vote in that there matchup. We've got it right there at the I-95 Facebook page, or, of course, 991-9713. We live there as well. And, we got all sorts of fun things to do today. We got, there's plenty of fun little things at the website. We've got to give away some more Foreigner and Styx and John Waite tickets a little later on.
Gary had his car stolen yesterday. We announced it on the air. Then they found his car. He sent me a note. So that whole thing is gone. Glad to know your car's back, Gary.
I have a friend who got her car stolen a bunch of years ago, too. We'll deep dive into that in just a little bit. How about some Guess Who? I-95, Jay Stu and Corey on Bangor's classic rock station, 95.7 FM. So I told you the story yesterday, and I wrote a little thing about it. It's up at the website, about the person that was weaving in and out of traffic on 295 at well over 100 miles an hour.
No, you didn't tell me this. I read the story and I was like, why did he not say anything about it?
I could have sworn we talked about it yesterday morning. No. Anyway,
that's your other radio girlfriend.
That could be. I have so many. I was going 70 in a 65 on that stretch. And it's always weird when you catch motion in your passenger mirror, because I was in the travel lane. I wasn't in the passing lane. And I'm like, what the... And I look, and all of a sudden, just right by my car.
Wow.
This black Audi SUV. And then he goes by me, a couple other cars down, weaves into the lane, over all the way to the passing lane, then slams on his brakes behind another car, darts around. Within 40 seconds, gone.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm just like, did this just happen? It was I've seen people do some stupid stuff in traffic, but I've never seen people doing like 100 plus in the breakdown lane going around cars.
Oh, breakdown lane.
Oh, in the breakdown lane. If he couldn't pass on the left, he was passing on the right in the breakdown. I say he, it could have been a she. I didn't see the person driving. But I'm like, what the fresh hell is this? And I couldn't believe that. I mean, I've seen some selfish bullcrap on the road. And I'm trying to justify it in my mind. I'm like, what could happen that would make someone drive? The only thing I could come up with that would make someone drive that bad is if there was like a road rage incident a couple miles back and someone showed a gun. That's all I can figure. If I saw
or
a gun,
if like somebody in the passenger's side is going into labor, I could see that would be
they
something.
were not headed toward any hospital. They were northbound.
Yeah, I'm going to take you to the middle of.
Let's go to LL Bean. I gotta get new fleece pants before you get. No, there was no. But I was waiting for another car chasing them. I was waiting for a cop. Nothing. This person just
being a jerk
disappeared. And I was just like, what a flaming pile of crap. But what kills me is yesterday I leave work. I'm leaving here. I turn onto Parkway South to get onto the bridge so I can head toward where I am. And this girl is screaming down Parkway South in front of the high school, had to be doing 50.
Oh.
Locks up her brakes behind me. I take a right onto the ramp. There's a car in front of me, and then there's me, and we're trying to merge onto 395, and she goes to pass me in the friggin' breakdown lane.
Well, that's not a thing.
I was like, what the hell is this? I could not believe it. Like twice in 2 days this happened. So I handled it. I handled it.
Is it something that we need to remind people? You're not to do that. That the breakdown lane is there for a reason.
Right. The breakdown lane is for a reason. And let's just be real. If you're such an impatient jerk that you're pulling into the breakdown. Look, I get it if, say, there's, someone driving 25 miles an hour down the ramp. I'm not approving of that behavior, but if cars are going unreasonably slow, maybe on a ramp, just on a ramp where it's quote unquote safe, not on the highway. You don't pass people on the right on the highway. You just wait your turn and you go to the left. But this was like, we were going the normal speed down the ramp. This chick just wanted to go faster. You know what I mean? And I was just like, so I ended up, the car in front of me stayed where they were, and I just faded over half into the breakdown lane and just locked her there. Then when we get on the highway, she's trying to weave in and out. I get up ahead of her, and I just boxed her in behind this other car and just stayed. I paced the other car, and then when I get to my exit, I just went off.
Last time I was on the interstate, I think on the way to one of the ball games, I saw that happen behind. There was a guy who was. I go at a pretty decent clip, but I'm not a dangerous driver around people like that at all, and I certainly don't pass in the breakdown lane. But I saw somebody that was doing that, and I had passed legally and within complete reason these two big rigs, and they were one in front of the other, and then I think they saw this person behind me and decided to box them out. And that was my favorite thing. Right after I passed, they just moved over and they stayed there. And I watched them for 25 minutes irritate the living crap out of this guy. And it was wonderful. So thank you, truckers who do that to keep I know they have to keep the streets clean and safe and slow for themselves. But
nobody is in that kind of hurry. It's just not when you're compromising the safety of literally every single car around you. Nobody's in that kind of hurry. I don't care what anybody says. Anyway, we're going to get to our matchup. Stay here. I-95, Jay, Stu, and Corey. Bangor's classic rock station. We got the old battle up at the I-95 Facebook page. Blue Oyster Cult is pretty much handing it over to Bad Company. Or rather, the other way around. Handing it to Bad Company.
Yes. It's burning for you and burning sky. We're just burning it up today. So if you feel like voting, you can certainly do that. 991-9713. You can head over to Facebook. You can call us from South Carolina like Ian and his wife did. They are sitting in what looks to be some rain, and that sucks. Ian's like, I got to work outside. And it does suck when you have to be outside in these conditions. Anybody that works outside in these conditions.
And it's the in, out, in, because basically he's like a fuel delivery person, except it's the opposite. Mm-hmm. I think he's actually picking up oil of some kind. But he has to, drive for a while, then get out and do some stuff. Then drive for a while and get out and do some stuff. And it's just, like he and I were saying, like you can get a vibe after a while if you're working outside all day or something, in the rain or whatever. You just sort of resign yourself to it, and that's it. It's raining. When you're in and out and in and out, like you're just wet, you never really get warm again, no matter how much you crank up the heat in the car or the truck or whatever. And it's just, Feel bad for anybody that has to do stuff like that.
It's not a fun time. I felt bad yesterday. We got to our app. Gary was having a bad day. In about 3:15 Sunday morning, somebody stole Gary's car, Gary's Buick, from his driveway. So he sent me a note. And then, lo and behold, they found the thing in Orrington. Intact?
It was okay?
It sounds like. Yeah.
Good. I have a friend who had her car stolen one time. And it was hilarious. She lives in Hancock, right? Mm-hmm. Stole it out of her driveway. And I don't think it was a situation where I think they had to break into her car to get it. I don't think it was just I left it unlocked with the keys in it. I don't think it was a situation like that. But anyway, it took 3 days to find her car. They found it up here in Bangor in the Parks and Rec parking lot. Or no, it was at the Penquist building in that parking lot. And it's and it had a window smashed out. It was banged up. So it's somebody joyrided the crap out of it. But,
See, that's the wonderful thing about having a crappy van or multiple crappy vans. Nobody wants to get into a minivan that kids exist in ever. Yeah. Except for another mom who will be like, yeah, I know, I get it. It's gross. Because you're going to sit on Skittles, crackers, probably old fruit. There's nothing fun about joyriding in a dump van like that.
Yeah.
And I do my best to keep it clean. I'm not saying my kids are gross, but it's a van and they're kids. And secondly, you're going to have to move a car seat 9 times out of 10. Nobody wants to go joyriding in the back of a car.
No. And, I call me stupid. Often I put my car in the garage and I always want to lock it. And I debate this every time. I'm always like, should I lock my car? Because it's in the garage. And then I'm like, my garage is locked. Nobody can get in here. All right. But I'm so ingrained to lock my car every time. Mm-hmm. I've been walking, into the house and I'm like, keep behind me. And then I'm like, I don't have to do this. But I also use my garage for parking cars, unlike most of Maine, who uses their garage as a place to hang out and drink beer and store a snowblower and a tractor and everything else.
Mm-hmm. I don't have another place for all my stuff, so I have to put it in my garage. But I also am impulsively ridiculous and will, at the end of every day, I go and lock all the vans. Even the van that doesn't have anything in it and doesn't really run, I make sure that's run.
There you go. That way it won't get repoed.
Hey, maybe somebody will come and fix that van and then try and steal it.
That'd be ideal.
Yeah, really.
Well, let's wrap up this matchup. Get your votes in at the I-95 Facebook page. But I think we can rely pretty heavily on the idea that Blue Oyster Cult's going to take the top spot. But we'll see. Coming up, I-95. BOC taking the top spot this morning in the morning music matchup. So, Badco on to Friday with, who lost yesterday? I forgot.
Styx Lorelei. I had to look it up because I was like, what? I can't remember. Oh, okay. Yep.
That's right. So, we're off to a good start. Tomorrow will be our listener pick. So that'll be a fun battle.
And we
Always
have some
it is.
Good ones that were saved for the last couple of, I'm excited about that.
Sweet. Also, coming right up here, when we come back next break, or, next hour, I guess I should say, it's time to give away some more Foreigner Styx John Waite tickets. We're going to play Weidersteed again this morning. You have to tell us if it is a Kentucky Derby winner or if it's a weed strain that you can buy at one of the 4 Infinity weed stores.
Just go into Infinity.
4 times Infinity weed stores here in Maine. So come back with us. Try to win your way into that show right here on I-95. I-95, Jay, Stu, and Corey on Bangor's classic rock station at 95.7 FM. Here we are, hanging out, waiting for the snow to start that isn't going to start till much later. And, that's okay. I don't mind. I'm down with all that.
I'm happy that it didn't start this morning, too, because I didn't want my poor sitter to have to, clean off the van and stuff. But it was one of those funny things where I was, prepped for it last night, and then it didn't happen. And I was like, oh, man. It's always like Murphy's Law, right? When you prep for it, it doesn't happen.
Right. Well, would you prep again?
Unprepared.
I would like you to prep again tonight. In fact, it's supposed to start this afternoon. If you could go out after we're off the air, if you could go prep again this morning, just do it all, unpack everything and pack it all back. Whatever you had to do, just do it all again, and then that'll keep it under a dull roar here.
All right.
Hope it
You want
works.
to prep folks for winning some tickets? Because I do.
I'm going to prep them by just saying, we can do this. The phone is ringing already, so someone is anxious to play Weed or Steed. Yes. Is it the name of a Kentucky Derby winner, or is it the name of a cannabis strain available at any one of Maine's 400 billion dispensaries? We're going to find out when we come back. Right now, Little Led Zeppelin. Oh, but I'm sorry. If you want to play, 991-9713. Let's do this right now. I mean, whoever it is already knows our number because it's been ringing for like 8.5 minutes. So I'm ready to do
let's
this.
do it.
All right, Zeppelin 25. Who's this?
This is Tom.
Tom, how you doing, my man?
Hey, pretty good.
You feel like winning some Judas Priest tickets this morning? Play a little
No,
Weed
it's
or
not Judas
Steed?
Priest.
Hey, it's not Judas Priest. It's Foreigner and Styx.
don't even know
Screw
what we're
Judas
giving away.
Priest. They suck.
I was going to say, I don't want the Judas Priest ones. I want the Foreigner ones.
No,
Well.
Foreigner, Sticks, and John Wayne.
All right, we're gonna do it all over again. Are you ready to win some Foreigner tickets this morning? And Styx and John Waite playing Weed or Steed with us, Tom?
Absolutely.
All right, so the deal is I'm going to give you a name, and you have to tell us if it's a Kentucky Derby winner or if it's a kind of weed that you can buy at any one of Maine's 6,422,391,901 dispensaries.
Wow.
Yeah, right. Isn't that crazy? There's like 8 dispensaries for every person in Maine.
Right.
All right, my man. I'm going to give you the name, and you tell me, is it Weed or Steed? You ready?
Yep.
The name is California Chrome.
That's the Derby winner.
Yes, it is a Kentucky Derby winner. 2014.
Yay, Tom.
You just won yourself some tickets, my man.
Awesome. That is one.
Excellent. Nice job, Tom. Knows his Kentucky Derby horses like nobody's business. Look at that.
Yes, he does. It's funny because I see Tom. He works security at the gigs every time I go into a concert to cover it, and I always check him at. I'm like, hey, Tom, and so I'm glad he'll be able to go to this one because he works all of them, and he works a lot. Tom's a hardworking dude, so I'm glad he'll be able to relax a little bit and go and enjoy it this time.
I think it's fantastic. We have some more tomorrow, and then I think we're out of them because we're holding maybe a secret pair for later.
Yeah, well, we might have a secret fun contest coming up for a special holiday that's next month.
Yeah.
Not leap year.
Yeah, well, get ready for leap year, everybody. Nice. Well, when we come back, it's off to the regular stuff. We're going to get right into stuff from i95rocks.com and the app, whatever's going on. We've got the forecast coming up in a few minutes as well from Todd Simcox. So we get it all going on right here on I-95. I didn't mean to interrupt the whistle solo. It's like talking over the intro. I'll get slapped.
Oh, wow.
Can't do that.
That was a snort. That was a snort. I was taken aback by that. Oh, hey, now it didn't. Okay, maybe it did sound like that.
All right, now this pissed me right off.
Oh, here we go. You are on it like at the top of every hour. It's like why is Jay Stu angry today?
It's 7:30, so we're at the bottom of the hour. So now I'm getting pissed in all hour parts. Don't you worry.
Okay.
No, this is not. All right, it's annoying. The government, not the state government, but the feds, are taking away our humorous highway signs.
What?
Yes. And to be fair, not just ours. This is across the country. This is federal law. They're
Why?
not cracking down because they're not safe, whatever. Like they feel like it confuses and convolutes the message that's intended, that should only be for emergencies, blah, blah, government, blah, blah, blah. I hate the government so much.
Not fun.
No, it even says so right here. It says Maine's highway signs going away because government is no fun. It's literally the headline. So, yeah, no more like buckle up, buttercup or whatever. None of that stuff. It's all going to go away.
I loved those. I thought they were so clever. And the person at the DOT that was coming up with them when it wasn't like contests, I wanted, like, that guy's job is the best.
Well, that's it. But that's the thing that kills me is the contests have become so important. You know, sort of part of our pop culture or whatever you want to call it. Like they've had contests for certain times of the year, like the holidays where you can put your submissions in. They did that whole thing with kids and their submissions a couple years ago. And it's just like, why we got to be like this? Well, it's not us. For a change, it's not our own state government ruining our own state time. It's the feds actually ruining us for a change. It's just I don't understand. It just makes me. We don't have bigger fish to fry than that.
Well, first, A, yeah, there you go, and B, it's like they want to suck the joy out of everything.
Yeah,
it's not hurting anybody. If anything, it makes you think for a minute. It does make you pay attention for a moment as well. I mean, not that you're not already paying attention, but it captures your attention, and you're like, oh yeah, good little reminder.
I'm sure. I bet you get in there. I bet you it says it contributes to distracted driving, which is just bull crap. If anything, it snaps you out for a second. You're like, I see what you did there, Maine DOT.
Right.
But no, we're gonna take it away.
All right. Well,
you know what I hope it leads to? Increased incidents of people that hack into those things and put whatever they want. Remember that? It was a couple of years ago. Someone did that. I've seen things as nice as someone hacked into one and they put a marriage proposal to their spouse because they knew they drove that route to work every day. Mm-hmm. And then there's been times where they've gone way overboard and they've put some serious language on those things that is wildly inappropriate. But, if the feds are going to crack down on this, where's Anonymous now? Right?
Hack
that.
Hack that, buddy.
Get that on the dark web. Anyway.
Well, that's too bad.
It is.
That really makes it. When are they going away? Because I saw them up just last weekend.
I imagine it's soon. We have the info. I don't have it open right now, but we have the info. Check it out yourself right now. i95rocks.com or the app. I-95. Jay, Stu, and Corey on Bangor's Classic Rock Station. I'm looking at the hourly to see when all this is going to get started. Of course, we just heard not really. We just heard the forecast from Todd a little while ago. I think probably by midday it's going to start spitting, and then by 2 in the afternoon, mid-afternoon, I think is when we're going to be we're going to start cranking it. Our friends up north are going to get it much worse than
That's
we
what
are.
I was hearing, 10 inches or something like that.
Well, and that's in the southern part of Aroostook County. But idle curiosity gets the best of me. And I was like, I went onto the National Weather Service website and checked out Presque Isle. And they could get 8 to 14 up in Presque Isle. Up in Caribou, they're looking at maybe approaching 20.
What?
I mean, on the extreme end, you know what I mean? Not guaranteed, but just, they're definitely going to get a foot up north. Probably more. And as usual, in Portland and southern Maine, they're just going to, deal with their 2 inches of snow or whatever. It's just okay.
Well, I mean, they've had their share of it the last couple of weeks.
What have they had to deal with?
Yeah. Half of their roads washing out.
The roads washing out, buildings floating away, lighthouses being broken into. I mean.
Although for those that like to snowmobile and stuff, they must be so excited about this forecast. I know our buddy Dennis loves to sled up there and often goes that direction to do that. So I wonder if they're just this weekend, man.
Well, what would be nice is if we could, especially for our friends up north that do all the sledding, is if we could get this and it stays cold enough so it'll stick around a little bit and they can actually get a trail base going and then, get some more snow on top of it. So.
Well, I mean, he was saying it's going to be cold into 20s and teens for the high for Wednesday and Thursday. So hopefully that will help.
Yeah, for the sledders. The rest of us, we're just going to be I hate everything.
Yeah, face hurts. Yep.
Yeah, that's fine. I like complaining about
the
the
good thing is, if it does ice up, I was looking at, just kind of boredom yesterday. I was looking around at ways to de-ice things because I'm like, damn, this is going to suck. I didn't realize you could use pickle juice.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, on your windshield? I mean, you could use vinegar, too. I mean, a lot of people use, they put vinegar in a spray bottle because, I mean, that's the big thing in the pickle juice. You could put some salt in with it, too, which would help, combo the salt and vinegar.
Pickle juice has salt in it already,
right. Yeah, it's a brine. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what they use on the roads is a brine, basically. A lot of towns.
Juice on the roads?
Kinda. There's a lot of towns that don't use salt and sand as much, or they'll go out ahead of time before the snow starts and they'll actually brine the roads. I don't know if anybody around here does that, like Bangor, Brewer, or whatever. It was a bigger deal in southern Maine at one point when I was living down that way. And they would actually get out and they'd literally spray the roads down with this stuff so that as it started to snow, it would start melting as soon as it hit it. And then they back it up with the plowing and the salting and the sanding and stuff like that.
Well, certainly one of those things that as I went out yesterday to, kind of prep, like I said, there were patches that had been so wet, and of course things froze over and whatnot. And so I was like, I got to hit those in advance of anything so that I don't slide. And you don't want to do that because falling on the ice sucks. So
I feel like I need to call my plow guy this morning and warn him about my driveway, knowing that he's going to come later on, like in the night or whatever. I don't really want him to slide into my garage.
No.
If I can help that.
And you don't want to slide, period, into anything or fall. A good friend of ours went out to the garage, fell, and was there for hours. And remember that story I told you, my dad's friend? Mm-hmm. And it was the UPS driver or FedEx driver that found him. So you don't want to do that. And if you need some tips aside from salt and sand, you can head over to i95rocks.com. We have 4 unconventional ways that you can remove ice from your driveway, windshield, whatever it is.
Yeah. Check it out right now. We got it over there.